Hello, my friends. How are we doing? Of course, I just said that too loud, and now the cat wants to kill me. How are we doing, everybody? Hi. The cat wants to say hi. She keeps hopping up on the counter like a bad kitty. And every time I have to pick her up, I have to stop whatever it is I'm doing. And she has caused me to have, I'm mildly allergic to cats, but she also decided while I was taking a nap that she was going to lick my face. And she licked my eyes. I woke up to the cat licking my eyes, and they're all just swollen and like lumpy. My skin is just full of little bumps and lumps from the cat, like little hives. Very, very not fun. And talking about the election is fun. And so I thought tonight, in honor of this great democracy, or republic rather, that we would only talk about the election just the entire time, just nothing about fish, only talking about the election. That's it. So let us commence. And as your wayward captain, let us wander into yonder on and ponder. Native fish. Yes. Wow, it almost looks like my hair is braided, but it's just wet because it's raining outside, and it like dried halfway, and it's just crazy. Am I delusional? Yes. Delusional. Very delusional. The solution to pollution is dilution. So there's that. But hey, 186 element and kitty, this cat. I'm so worn out by this cat. This cat is worse than a baby. I mean, babies keep you up all night, which yes, she keeps me up all night, and there's that. But babies keep you up all night, and they're in like a crib. This is like if your baby could jump on top of your head and go, and then throw kitty litter everywhere as well. But I mean, to be fair, the stakes are a lot lower. Like, I'm not going to worry about this cat like I would worry about a baby. For one thing, babies can't jump onto a bookshelf and do a backflip off. But anyways, how are we doing, guys? How are we feeling? I am here to answer any of your questions, and here to hang out. I don't know if do we need the background. I want a nice background, like with knickknacks and stuff, like I'm broadcasting from a room, but I really don't have a room, unfortunately. I wish I had a room that was just like full of things that were, honestly, let's just pull this. We could pull this out. Say, we want a fish library. I am refined, and I'm here in my fish library. And you guys, look at this. The cat, I know you can barely see her. She's just sleeping on the counter just out of my reach, so that I can't like shove her off or pick her up, or because it's been a battle for the last 24 hours. She decided she needs to get up there on the counter and see all the cool things on the counter that there are to see, which is, all the cool things. And she learned the thing that cats do, that unfortunately cats do very well, which is, they see like a light or something, or a flashlight or a phone, or basically anything that's not affixed to the ground or that has a foundation, and they just go, and then they see it roll a little bit, or they see it fall over and it makes noise, and then they hit it again, and they inevitably just got to hit it until it falls off the counter and smashes into a million pieces. So we are officially now at that point in cat ownership that she has figured out how to knock things over and make them shatter into a million pieces. Very lovely. Any red colored plants native to Florida that I can recommend? There are, and if you're trying to do a native Florida tank, yeah, I would recommend Kabamba. Kabamba can have a nice purple and red hue to it if it's in high enough light. Also, Ludwigia lacustris and Ludwigia repens and Reuben, I believe, are from North America. And I can't remember if Mayaca is only from Central and South America or if it creeps up into there. But I know those ones are great. Also, I think there's the there's the lovely Rotala Ramosior, and then there is also the Florida Super Red or Florida Sunset Rotala, or sometimes Rosenvig, they call it, Roseberg, and it is really beautiful, but it is really delicate too. That one is the Florida Ramosi or Rosevig or Sunset. Hey, the cat is attacking me. I want you guys to bear witness to the fact that my cat is abusing and attacking me. What the heck? The cat is literally, that is bizarre. The cat was just in between my face and the camera, and somehow it ignored the cat on this background mode, and my face just went like projected over the cat, even though the cat was right in front of my face. That was very bizarre. I don't know how that happened. Alex, you were asking for it. I know. The cat, I love a cat, but as Robert Bennett says, I've never seen a cat stay off cabinets. Even if they do stay off when you're around, they will go as soon as you are asleep. Yeah, I know, Robert, you're totally right. I get it. That, and like as soon as they're out of it, like literally, she is curled up now. In the time that she was just here a minute ago, she's now sitting like in a little ball on the counter, and she's just out of reach by 3 inches. How did she know how long my arm is? It's amazing what that they must be able to process how long your reach is, and they know to stay just outside of that. It's just the intelligence involved in such a trivial little task is actually quite complex, and that's what I think we forget about animals like fish and all sorts of animals out there. Is we forget that they actually have to figure out things like archer fish figuring out the angle of refraction of light on water, and all that kind of stuff. All those funky angles, or how quickly they can swim somewhere, so that just the actual neurons and focus and spacery sensors and cells that are involved with a fish knowing, okay, without looking, I can feel some pressure here next to me, some on the right, some on the left, but that lets them know that, yeah, okay, there's another fish on either side of me, there's a fish below me, there's a fish above me. Yeah. Drifter's Workshop, what's going on? The Fishing Nomad, hello. I know I answered your question earlier. Prodigal Aquarist, hello. Good to see you. Coro, always good to see you. And yes, tinfoil on the countertops is one of our next steps. I just didn't want to look so crazy yet for our neighbors. But yeah, I think that's going to have to happen soon. Also, let's see here. Johnny Best, what's going on, buddy? Stephen P 2003, good evening. Hello, my friend. Always good to see you. Joseph, hello. If not betta, what would be a good fish to add? Let me look up the first part of your question. It's fully planted in a natural aquarium. Okay. I have a 35-gallon with a dozen guppies going for a year now. I think I could add a betta to the tank, male or female. You could add either a male or a female to that tank, no problem. Uh, I wouldn't recommend adding both genders until you have bred bettas and understand bettas a little bit better. But that's also a possibility down the road if it's well planted and has floating plants. But I would say you could add a lot to that. Now, if you have guppies and they're doing well, it probably means that you have harder water. Like it's probably, I'm guessing you have a pH of 7.5 to 7 to 8, 8.5 even, and that your TDS is on the higher side. If your guppies are flourishing and doing well, that is, they can live in, 7.0, I suppose, but usually they're going to be happier in that more alkaline range. And so when you think of that, there are a number of species like some of the rasboras and things that actually can live in higher TDS waters, even if they like acidic water. They do live in limestone. There's stuff like some of the loaches and pandagaras and stuff like that. Pandagaras or rufagaras, I think, are another one that can tolerate that stuff. Now, if it's a completely neutral tank, you could also do like Corydoras peliatus, even if it's not heated. I mean, because I'm assuming if you have guppies, you probably have 72 to 74 degree water most of the time, I'm guessing, or a little warmer even. But maybe I'm wrong there. But if you do have over 70-degree water, you can have Corydoras peliatus, or the panda cory can work out fine too. Aquatic Moose, what's up? Good to see you. 3G, he's the 3G for me. 3G for me. 186 elements. What up? Blue flowers. Blue flowers. Hey, I hope you're doing well. I was wondering what pencilfish are like with flow. I added a bit of flow to my tank and I was worried they would hate it, but they seem to swim it. Pencilfish dig flow. Pencilfish are from rivers, or from the Amazon River and its tributaries for the most part. They will go to quiet areas in the creeks and rivers that are off to the side of the main channel. But every once in a while, you do get some of the species swimming in large schools of like 500 to 1,000 fish out in deep water. I mean, they're near the surface or near the edge of the water, but they'll be out on the main river, so they can withstand some serious flow. That being said, when a river the size of I don't know, a mile across or a couple kilometers across is flowing at 5 miles an hour versus a creek flowing at 5 miles an hour, that's a big difference because the river, all that water is moving slow. I mean, not slow. They're both moving at the same speed, but it's moving as a unit. All the water is going to move that way, and probably it's not very turbulent and stuff. Whereas when you cram water through a smaller space that's shallower, you're going to get more of the bottom churning up if it has rocks or rapids or things in the way. In a narrow and shallow creek, that can get kind of rough. So they have to be able to traverse, though, through those narrow, shallow areas, those bottlenecks. And this is true for a lot of tetras and things. So even if they don't like it or quote unquote like live in it most of the time in their info guides, a lot of fish are capable and just fine being in a certain environment for pretty prolonged periods of time. Now, I would caution you, just if you do have flow going, depending on how much flow, I would say that you want to make sure that the fish either have a kind of a pathway, like if you were to put dye in the water and watch it move around, or if you were like if you ever have to use ick or malachite or Victorian green, put it in right next to your power head or next to wherever whatever you're moving the water with, a filter, power heads, like a little nozzle or a pump, and watch where it goes. Or you could just hold a piece of dental floss and kind of see where it goes, and that'll give you at least one pinpoint idea of where things are kind of headed in the tank if you can't just tell by looking. And there's a couple ways to do like two power heads crossing and they kind of cancel each other out in these triangular zones at the top and the bottom. If you're looking at the whole thing as a box, like left, right, top, bottom, I'm in a box. How did I get into this box? Uh, and then there's a power head here and a power head here, and they're cross-secting the box. You can do that, or you can have them cross-sect each other like this, so that they're both going out like this, and they kind of hit a weird turbulence in the middle. Or you can have them on the end, all going one way. But if you're gonna have them on one end of the aquarium, all headed one way in the aquarium, then you need to have like a big stick or a rock or something there that the fish can hide behind or catch a break and rest, because almost no fish is willing to swim all the time. So yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna need a water squirt gun. Yeah, I've already tried. I went and got vinegar and water to try to convince her to change her ways. That didn't work at all. She just went like this and just put her ears back and then closed her eyes and went like this and then went, and that's it. She didn't leave. She didn't move. She just sat there and gobbled it up because she's a kooky kitty. Um, so apparently the squirt gun thing won't work. I think like tape on her feet or on the like when she feels it on the counter, that could get it some double-sided tape. But then we got double-sided tape on the counter, and I'm like, what am I going to do with my counter, right? Queen Kaya or K-I, K-I, K-I. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name, and I'm sure it's a lovely name. Uh, and then we've got Asuriana. Hello, howdy, welcome. Andrew Fishman, what's going on? Good to see you. Show Alex some love and hit that like button. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. If you could, I would so appreciate it. I don't actually get to see how many likes I have in StreamYard. And that brings me to my next point of the agenda is I don't think I'm going to stream the other way where we're going like narrow portrait style, as they call it, vertical streaming, other than on Fridays. So I think Fridays I'll stream that way. But then if we're doing a pop-up out in the field or at visiting someplace, it may be in that mode. And then if we're doing something like this Q&A and me just trying to ask questions and stuff, I think we're going to do that in this mode from now on. I think that's the plan of what I want to do. But then that way, if you really hate one of the modes or how it turns out, for the stream, then you can know which day you'd rather chime in. Aquatic Moose, speaking of Rasboras, how is Mr. Rasbo? Where is he? I'm just trying to think of what tank he's in right now. Rasbo is in a tank with a female that looks pretty good too. And he's still, sorry guys, my face is still incredibly itchy from all the cat stuff. Watch, if I go like this, I can, like, it turns white for a sec and then it goes back. You can actually see, like, right on the edge here. It looks like I'm wearing a mask of redness. I might need to get a better better allergy pill regimen going on. Yeah, Rasbo's in the back though. He's with a female in a 2.5 gallon. They're supposed to be trying to have babies, but no, he won't cooperate. He won't make a nest. So I got to figure out what's going on there. He stopped making nests. It could be that he's that old. I mean, he's a year and a half old. He should live 5, 6 years. Um, but I don't know how old he was when I got him. He looked pretty full grown when I got him. He hasn't gone through any color changes in the last year and a half. So he's probably in his 1 year stage at least. But he should live longer than 2.5 years. So he shouldn't be done spawning yet. Maybe he just needs to cool down or something. But yeah, he hasn't had any babies in a little while. So that's annoying. Sue Harkey, hello. And Uayo. I probably butchering your name as well. Sorry, just roll with it, guys. Just roll with it. You gotta know when I'll screw up your name. You gotta know when I'll screw up the game. And Nancy B from Tennessee. Fishman once had a trio of 3 angels spawned together. Yeah, 2 females and 1 dude. A few days later, the male and 1 female turned on one another and just killed her. Just keep an eye out for those dirty angels. They're really mean. Howdy doody, House of Pisces, GS. What up, dude? 65 viewers and only 20 likes. Yeah, what are you guys doing? What are you trying to pull here? Does this not entertain you? Is this not why you are here? And should I do the thing that I did last time? The whole I actually marked it unlisted my last live stream because of how angry everyone got. Well, that and I just felt like crap and was tired. But I went like this when I was holding the kitty. I scruffed her, and apparently that's like animal. The word I can't say on a live stream, but it's apparently in the cat world. It's like the thing that like bettas. Like it's not that I picked her up. It's the fact that I even held her scruff is like a huge faux pas. But I'm sorry, I've had like 20 cats, and over almost 40 years now, I've had cats around me, and you just gently grab the scruff of their neck only when they're small. You're not picking up a big 20-pound cat. This cat weighs 2.3 pounds, and it calms them down. They immediately stop flailing because they think, uh-oh, mom's here and she's moving us as kittens. And you can do that up to about a year old, no problem. But yeah, you shouldn't be picking cats up and throwing them around by their scruff. I agree with that. But I'm not changing my ways. I'm sticking to it. Let's see here. Oh, nice. Your canister filter motor blew. Oh, it took out a fuse. Luckily, you had a spare motor fuse. Well, so was it your canister filter? It was the canister filter that needed help, right? It wasn't the actual, what do you call that? It wasn't the, how would you say that? The wall or something. Like you didn't blow a GCI or something like that, right? Because man, I was just talking to my friend about how, and I actually made a short at this store. There's only one store in all of our state that's, oh, really, cat just broke another glass. There's only one store in the whole state that sells parts to fix your aquarium motors, and like actually do work on one that you I don't know want to keep. Costs you $400 freaking dollars, like a Fluval, FX or whatever. I want to get. Let's see here. If you don't want a cat or on something, ignore it. when it's there, telling it off it is it wait, telling it off tells it the place is important. Plus, get feline away, plug in, and put in areas to protect. Well, the problem is, yeah, and I've got headphones on is also, but no, the other thing is that the problem with any sort of, hey, no, what? Hold on, guys. No, are you kidding me? Honey, stop. No, no. No. I know. Stop. No. No, go over here. No. Stop. Ah. No, don't play with that. Stop, honey. Please. Can you stop for like 2 seconds? Oh, boy. Okay. All right. Now just don't break anything else for the next 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes of peace. Jesus. All right, you guys. Sorry. I had to pick up broken glass that she decided to eat because there was a cork. And she was like, oh, I guess I'm going to eat this broken glass and cork because why not? Because what a great idea. I'm the smartest cat alive. Man, she chooses to eat dumb things. She'll eat, I mean, I've seen cats chew on headphone cords. I've seen cats just eating dumb things that just bad choices to eat. But broken glass? Come on, kitty, really? Oh, stop. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. That was the cat yet again stepping on the keyboard. uh, is that important to you? Yeah, let me. And now, hold on, guys. I even have cat hair in my mouth now. Everything is going wrong because of this cat right at this moment. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious me. I am so sorry. I have cat hair in my mouth, and obviously I'm allergic to the cat. And then she also, when I was leaning over to pick up the glass, she thought this is really funny to pull this all the way out, like almost all the way out. Um, yeah, well, the thing is, my wife should be home any second now, and she is supposed to be watching the cat. She wanted to have the cat too. At first, she didn't want anything to do with cats, but then she's like, "You're always playing with the cat. I don't get to play with it." And I'm like, "Well, you can have it every time I stream. Please take her." And she doesn't want her. So, um, time to let cat stay with its mom. Yeah. Um, let's see here. Yeah, cats are, yeah, 3G. Yeah, no, kitty, that's a bad kitty. Uh, yes. Plastic bags, yes, they are a They are a big favorite. Big favorite. She will get older and will settle down, I'm sure. Are you kidding me? Every 2 seconds you're back. And then I put you over the counter to the other side of the island and she comes right back around. Literally today, I think it was, yep, she's back already. Literally earlier today, I think she did it 19 times straight. Where she'd get up on the counter and I was being nice and I just was curious, like, how many times can she do this before she realizes it's going nowhere? 19. And then I say, I am really just tired of moving the cat every time she does that. Yep. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know how many times are we on today that she keeps getting up there and causing chaos and mischief. All right. Yes, the kitty does have an interesting mustache. I think that she may have some some Austrian ancestors or German ancestors that may make her a bad kitty. No, kitty, that's a bad kitty. Here, fine. Go on, play on the counter. I don't care. Yeah, that kitty will have me trained soon. I know. I just don't know how, in the process of just doing that right now, like I have cat hair again on my lip. Like, how did she do it? Amazing. Amazing. She can get cat hair on my lip instantly. Um, how am I doing today, Ryan? It's good to see you. And, I'm doing okay. Uh, Feeling a little worn, a little worn down by this kitty cat. Cat's domesticated man. Yes, ain't that the truth, pond puppies? Uh, my wife wants a dog now too, and I'm like, a cat and a dog at the same time. She's like, yeah, then they'll be friends, and I'm like, yeah, and we won't own anything that's not ruined. So I think we should wait on that one. Not to mention I'm really allergic to dogs. But hairless cats aren't any better, but are there yeah, there are hypoallergenic cats. Bengals are actually hypoallergenic. And in the cat world, it's not their hair that makes them hypoallergenic or whatever. It's the fact, do they make oil in their on their skin? It's like, do they have oil that keeps water from beating up on their skin? And so a lot of like, for instance, Asian leopard cats, which is probably the kind of cat that was domesticated in Southeast Asia, China, and India. They're a little bush cat that has leopard prints, but looks like a bobcat size. And they live in the trees. They fish mostly, but because they fish so much, they have this oil that they secrete from the corner of their mouths and like a gland um, on their paw. And because of that, it then allows them to like clean themselves, and it will allow them to what do you call it? Wash, like they'll clean and then they'll wash, and then it'll make the water beat up and come off. And yeah, it's kind of cool. Sue, I'm sorry. And Cheryl, no fur balls with this one, but it wouldn't surprise me if she does have fur balls, because why not? Why wouldn't she? That would be another annoying thing that she could do to me inadvertently. I thought it was their saliva that saliva does cause many people allergies also, and them cleaning themselves constantly is part of that too. Are you kidding me? She see the camera, the smarty pants camera did not show that, and she just jumped in front of my face and up onto the counter. But she is the most ADD kitten in the world. Like, she'll stay like this for like, I don't know, maybe 6 seconds to 60 seconds. Nope, not even. And then she's up to go do something else destructive. So much fun. You are kidding me, kitty. Yes. You can feed cats formulated food for allergies. Oh, interesting. It has chicken in it from chickens raised with cats. Huh. I'll have to look into that. Interesting. Yeah, she is really cute. It's really hard to stay mad at her. Plus, she like lays down in like the cutest little positions. Like, and like I said, she's only 2.3 pounds right now. She's such a tiny little kitten. They think she's 8 months old. Like they said that at the letter that came with the vet when we saw the vet focus camera. The vet letter or the vet checkup rather said that they think she's just now 5 months old. So they were off a ways. She's still pretty young. Um, but yeah, she managed to break uh and this is just fun. As much as I'm sure no one will believe me when I say this, this isn't mine. This is my wife's. I don't do this stuff. But she broke the little container that some herb came in when she knocked that glass off the counter. So I don't know if it smelled like catnip to her and she just decided to get get rid of it. But she opened it, that's for sure, and then she started eating the cork and the glass because she's just the special kind. Asariana says if you have access to chicken eggs from chickens on a farm with cats, just feed them eggs. It's actually scientifically backed, but my brain is a bit fried to explain how it works. Okay, I'll check it out. That's awesome. Um, Giving a regular bath. Yeah, I've always bathed cats that I've owned a lot. Um, yes, Johnny, I have. There's a lot of also puns on that too, like or what do you call it? Not puns, but spoofs where like they've got like when dogs save their owners and stuff like that originally. That it's like dogs dragging people out of fires. It's like cats knocking a candle over onto a couch and like setting the whole thing on fire. Yeah. Paul McCarthy, what's going on? Paul, boy, do I wish I was with you over on that side of the pond right now. Um, yeah, just this is one of those nights that's just gonna be stressful because of the cat, of course. Stressful and adorable. Um, but yeah, the election is just gonna like there's a lot of uncertainty. I don't want to talk about the election like politics wise, but I just hope everybody, regardless of what happens on either side, just go home and love your family, be kind to your neighbors, do the hobbies you enjoy, just chill. It'll be all right. We can get through this. Um, yes, aquatic moose, just like the crawfish that was in the water, and then I touched the freaking water and I had an allergic reaction. So I am really sensitive to a lot of things. Uh, Not a good day to be in Seattle. Seattle will be fine. Even everybody talks so much. I'm gonna talk about fish in a minute here, but uh, everybody talked. Travis says Travis DeSoto or Des Hotel De Hotel says that I got here and the title was instantly a lie. That's funny. You did get here right when I broke my promise of that we're not going to be talking about it. But no, what I was going to say is that Seattle, even when there was like the takeover of Seattle and the Chaz Chop thing that happened, my wife and I went down there and we filmed like I don't know a half hour or whatever, but it was nothing. It wasn't even as hectic as like a block festival that happens there every year. There were shootings and stuff, and they blamed it all on the protest. But honestly, that part of town, if you're talking about those 4 square blocks of the city, your average, weekend in the summer, you're going to average a shooting there every weekend, if not more. So it was kind of a joke because Seattle's a huge city footprint wise compared to 4 blocks or whatever, 4 square blocks. So it was basically just a circus of all the no, kitty, do not get on the keyboard again. It's a circus of just all the people who want attention, everybody who owns a megaphone. Why would you own a megaphone unless you're an annoying human being and you want everybody to pay attention to you? Or I mean, maybe you're a union organizer or like a pep rally person, then I'll excuse it. But if you're a normal person, it's not in your job title, and you just happen to have a megaphone, you're probably an annoying human. Yeah, Summer of Love. It actually really was super chill down there. They were like doing arts and crafts and like babysitting, and like in the day it wasn't even a protest. It was just a party. It was like a block party. At night, though, you had the Proud Boys and a couple right wing. They were what do you call them? From Eastern Washington and Oregon. Uh, well, they literally were wearing brown shirts when we saw them, and they came over in a van from like a church in Ellensburg somewhere, Eastern Washington. But they had brown shirts and like steel toe boots on and stuff, and they had rifles and everything, and they got out to antagonize people. And then the silly left-wing people had said, we don't want police in here. And so as soon as the guys with guns show up and start starting stuff with the guys on the left, a few of which also had weapons, who are mostly, actually most of them were Iraq war veterans and Afghan war veterans on the left and right, on both sides of the argument. And most of them were so extreme that they had kind of come around to like, we don't need the government, we should just live in a cabin in the woods and survive. There is no like Antifa that was running the show, so to speak. There were people who claimed to be, but there's no like meeting house for them. That's not like a group. It's just like saying you're in the Tea Party, like not even that organized. I mean, it's like saying it's an ideology. It's like it's nothing. I mean, it started as everybody wear black so they can't arrest us. Everybody wear the same outfit, black hoodie, blue Levi jeans, and Doc Martens. And it started in Poland during the end of the communist era, with the solidarity movement. Anyways, let's move on from that. Yeah, black bloc. Um, let's see here. Alex, I must confess, my dog, Rip, hates cats. I never see a cat run from its enemy. The cat stood up on his 2 back paws. All I saw was cat doing kung fu fighting. Yeah, no, I've seen cats stand up to like German shepherds and pit bulls and just bat them in the nose. And if they get them good quickly, the dog is just like stunned by like what this little creature just did. And usually they kind of get scared. And then it turns really bad or the dog runs away. One or the other. Yeah, Lord of the Flies. It was totally Lord of the Flies. It was like, oh, I'm in charge of parks and recreation, blah, blah, blah. Andrew Fishman, sad to see all the divisions that exists. Americans are such a great people with marvelous country and such poor leaders. Yeah, I would tend to agree. I think most people who make it to anything above like community office or maybe county are like, why would you spend $500 million for a job that pays 250,000 a year? Like, that should say it all. Um, Travis, interesting. We should all just get government issued goldfish and have the division stop. Yes. So under the Who started it? Coolidge, Calvin Coolidge under his government, and then Harrison too. Um, was it Calvin Coolidge? Yeah, there was a. I have a video on it, but I go into the history of the government used to have a program where you could get a goldfish and a goldfish bowl. Like they send you the glass. I think it was a 3-gallon glass bowl and a goldfish, and it was to get kids interested in aquaculture and fishing and nature and like a hobby. But they sent out a bunch of the goldfish. Um, yeah, okay, Travis, you read it. Yeah, I don't want a goldfish either. I want something else. Uh, I want something like Bedot Bedotia, Madagascar, rainbow fish. That would be great. Um, Tom Chase, welcome back. Craig's Catfish Cave, what's up? 3G, Rip, Peanut, and Fred. I'm sorry, that's a bummer. So what was I gonna tell you guys? Oh, I was gonna say, let's look at some of the fish that are kind of newer. Cat B08, what's up? Hey, welcome to the channel. Everybody's popping in. If you could hit that like button, I'd like you for that. I would appreciate it, my loves, my friends, my love friends. Cat B08, let's see here. I am, oh, and also, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm going to be, let me tell you the exact dates. I'm gonna be in Florida. We're gonna try not to end up in the hospital this time, like last time, because it's been a year since I was in Florida last. But what is it? It is is that it? Yes, the 17th of December to the 26th of December, or to the 25th of December, till Christmas Day. Uh, I and my wife, we will be in Florida. I'm going to Tampa, and then we're going to Ocala to see her mom for Christmas. But we are going to be going to Florida, and I'm hopefully going to get, I have a goal of getting Heteranda formosa, so least killifish, and the smallest live bear in the world. And then also to getting Elasoma, so the Gulf pygmy sunfish, and that's it. Hello, honey. What do you have there? What? What is it? She's been real bad, honey. I'm streaming, but she knocked this off the counter while I was streaming a second ago. Yeah, it's glass, and then she ate it. She tried to eat the broken glass, and I had to run and grab it. Yeah, Sushi brought those over, hoping. Oh, hey, we have my dear wife is home, guys. As who you were hearing, I know you can't see her because of the marvelous fish library I have behind me, and AI always screws up hands. Look, I have no hands. Oh. But also, Pond Puppies, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really do appreciate it. Thanks and welcome. Also, if anybody's interested in like actually hosting files, sharing videos, when I find interesting articles that aren't even related to fish stuff sometimes, interesting things like if I want to edit a video to music that is copyrighted, stuff like that, that's all going to now be on the Discord. That's $2.99 because that's the lowest price it would let me pick. But don't get it through Apple Apple Store. They will charge you another 35% on top of everything else. So if you bought, in theory, if you wanted to go all out and really support the channel, the most that I will accept from any of y'all is 20 bucks, 19.99, and you can go up to whatever 500 if you want in the app. But I think that 20, 25 or 20 bucks, whatever it would be with taxes and stuff, that is more than enough for anybody to contribute, even if they're a freaking billionaire. There's way more deserving people, but um, that the way it is, if you were paying 20 bucks to me on the Android store, or on your desktop, PC, through the Google browser or an Android browser, you'd pay 20 bucks. And I would get 90% of that on the Discord breakdown of that, and then get taxed on that amount. But on the Apple Store, it would charge you $29. It's like $27 plus tax. So it's almost 29 bucks if you want a Discord subscription for that. It's really crazy. Apple gets 33.33333% just for doing nothing, just for having an Apple store. Like, you already bought all their products if you have an iPhone. That's just crazy to me. Hey, no pressure to anybody, Craig. I know you're here watching. That means more than anything to me. You interacting, watching, just being a friend, being my mate. I appreciate it, buddy. Just if you can afford it, it helps the channel. If you can't, no pressure, guys. No pressure at all. I've been in the same position, many times. Actually, I'm right now. I'm paying off all of my medical bills. So what I was gonna say is, let's look at a couple of the fish that are out in the hobby right now. So we'll start. Actually, let me make sure that is gonna work. I come from the land of the ice and snow, where the midnight sounds and the hot spring blows. Camera of the dogs will drive our ships to new lands. We'll fight the hordes, sting and cry. Valhalla, I am coming. I will sleep with uncrushing arms, and all the doorway to the rest of time. All right. So, immigrant song, guys. Figured, election theme. Okay. So, Dan's fish. Let's take a look here. So, Acaras being this blue, that's actually a fairly new thing. I wanted to go through and kind of talk about like what we have is terms of what's popular to keep right now. And the electric blue cars have been around for years, but getting that platinum level look with the orange and the yellow and the eye and stuff, that's actually a newer thing. It's pretty cool. Same with the Aspidoras, just like Corridoras, but longer. The Spilotus and the Raymundis, these guys are really cute. And Dan has them. Again, Dan has kind of pricey prices on fish, but he quarantines them for up to 3 months if need be. He watches them. He has he'll usually have one or two that pass away out of a few hundred, and then he'll do a whole vivis, or is that what it's called? No, a necropsy on them to make sure that like they understood why it died and like doesn't have parasites. See what kind of things like cancer and things like that could be growing on any of the ones in the batch. And then over time, he won't bring in fish that are troublesome. So it's the utmost quality and service of any store you're gonna have for the handling of it, for the care. And if you want to use code Alex at checkout, it gives the channel some credit, so I can buy fish. Also, the other places, Moonlight and Aquatic Arts, are another help to the channel. But we're looking through right now stuff that's newer, and the reticulated hillstream loach, the Swilia lineolata, these have been around obviously since the dawn of time. But what's cool is that now we're getting some interesting new variants, and let's see if we can find any of them here. But yeah, and let's see here. Yeah, and then again, more fish that you don't see at these prices. So it was $29.99, now it's $19.99. The Melanitania Komeng River, it doesn't have a species yet. It is just a really pretty fish with kind of orangey red hues in the tail, then like a nice orangey sunset bronze and copper in the body, purple lavender up top. Just a super cool fish. And again, electric blue jack dempseys have come very far. Look at these yellow galaxy sunset guppies too. They are quite the pretty fish. I like them. Look how dark they are. Plus, they've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Looks like 17 lines on that one. Baddis Ruber. If you are sick of just having scarlet baddis, well, here's your chance to get another one. Also, these ones are great. These Ladiacara, they're like they call them the smiling cichlids sometimes. They look like they've got a little smile on their face, and they're just a cute as a button little guy. Again, Goodeids. Now they are not, I wouldn't say that I mean, they've been around for a long time because they come from nature, just like a lot of these fish. But the Xenatoca Doa I can never say that, Denadroei, these guys are really a beautiful fish. I've got mine in a 10-gallon, just a male and a female or male and 2 females that I started with. Now they've got like 50 babies, so I got to figure out what I'm going to do with them, or if I'm going to sell the babies, yada yada. But they're care species, and they're really cool, and I like them. I like them a lot. Let's see here, and this is the one. Look at this. I need this in my life. So there's new hillstream loaches, but this is a gastromyzon. These are usually like the Borneo loaches or the pseudogastromyzon. But look at that. That color is incredible. Look at that. That is an incredible fish right there. And there's ones with different colors like blue and stuff. That was not in the hobby a few years ago. Also, some of these wild type, like these lines of Phillies. Look at this color. You get that orange and the red, and then the green and the yellow, and I mean they're like they're colorful, like about halfway up their body, and then it's just that startling turquoise blue eye and the mouth. You don't really see the nostrils. They're just kind of cute. I just kind of like them. But again, you may not have seen all of these kind of fish available in the hobby in recent years even. Same with the green laser cories. They're $70 a piece. Is that each? Let's see. Is that each or is that for 3? Nope, that's each. But they have a green to bluish green line down their side. So you probably could get those, mate with them, and they would be worth a lot of money. Oh, nice. They've got coral tiger platies too. I think Aquatic Arts also does. But so they're $9.99 here. Those are really pretty ones. I mean, they call them tiger. I've seen them called bleeding heart or tiger's blood. Also, these are pretty great too. The L519 honeycomb bushy nose pleco from Rio Itines, pretty cool. These longfin African tetras, again, they're a wild fish, but they just haven't been in the hobby for a long time. Same with these ones here. The orange spade tail killifish. I mean, it's been in circles of killifish keepers that are very tricky to find, I guess, usually. They're usually very specialist. Um, but they're now available and only $29.99. Um, and then you've got the millions fish, which is interesting in that this is considered the dusty or reticulatus millions fish, and they're calling it the Phalloceros uh, caudomaculatus. And for a pair, it looks like it's going to be $39.99, but they already have uh, sold a good amount of those recently. Uh, come on. Come on, keyboard. 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 Oh, yeah, here we go. Here's the other gastromyzon stellatus, which, like we saw, the one that had the Bloody Mary look, these ones have bright blue on their tail. And I actually have a picture of this that's really clear. It's yellow and orange with the blue on the tail, and they're an absolutely beautiful fish. For $17.99, you can't beat it. They eat algae. They are awesome. Um, and wow, 134 leopard frogs for 59 bucks. That's a wild deal too. African banded barbs, that's a good deal. It's a normal price at any shop these days. I've seen $8.99 to $12.99, but these are one of my all-time favorites. I actually was just thinking about doing a video on my favorite schooling fish for like a large tank or for like a large um, yeah, I guess a large tank or like mid-sized schooling fish that can fill up an area. They could be like a 120 gallon, and I think those are one of my favorites for that. And also another one here, the Chilatharena alleni wapoga red is another beautiful one. The Corridora Equus, another beautiful one. But you can see Dan's fish. He has a real treat of fish like wild live bears like these that you're the Lamia perugia, and these are specifically the very very dark ones. And then they've got kind of two lines down the side and the little mustache with the Boca di Cochon. And he's just got stuff that is new to the hobby, a lot of it. I mean, yellow Kogel Tetra is one you like never see. Very pricey, but I mean, if you had the money, that's how you impress people. That's for sure. Um, wow, really cool. Same with some of these, like the Unanolus species of rosy loach. These are from Lake Inle, I'm guessing. I think it's either there or one of the Shan or Wa Valley in Myanmar provinces, and they're really cool. But yeah, Dan's fish, very cool. Very cool source of stuff, and I always like everything I've gotten from him. I've never had any problems. His fish last and last, and they're healthier than any other fish in the hobby. Like I tried to have him come on the channel and tell a little story about how much disease he's actually seen. And even though we take certain places to be like, oh, that's a good source, you know, a lot of places that everyone agrees is a good source, he's saying that 40 or 50% of a lot of, for instance, like the gouramis or live bears, certain things, CPDs at one point in time, or thermicrons at one point in time, sometimes the whole hobby, basically everybody that we can get in America access to, they're all compromised and they all have a genetic defect, or they're all sterile, or they all have a virus. I mean, it's just really wild. And he said he needs more answers um, and data before he's going to actually come on my show and say X, Y, or Z, or because of X, Y happened, which means you should avoid Z. But he said that after it's been a year or 2 years total since he's had this veterinarian on his staff, he'd be willing to say more about it than when he compiled the data. And I'm really excited to hear that, because right now, like I said, he's just saying it off the cuff as a friend. But it's really fascinating to hear that. Um, Hold on one sec. Okay, sorry guys. So what is going on, my friends? I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. uh, and then I'll do some other stuff too. Yeah, 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 yeah. When I get down and I got the homies. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got down and I got down. Okay, so I am hoping for this. Do you guys care? I mean, I'm feeling like I'm having a hard time deciding, do we want to do the giveaways this year for the channel to you guys, to the viewers? Do we want to get the do we want to do a channel thing and do giveaways around Black Friday, or do we want like Christmas time to be the big push for the channel? I'm gonna try to get some sponsors, and maybe even I might be able to work something out where, like, we'll have a Fluval FX4 or Fluval FX6 or whatever, hundreds of dollars of stuff. But like the one condition is you have to make like a minute long short just saying what you think of it, or something like that. But then that way maybe I could get some people involved that are trying to kind of promote their product, and I'll give a little spiel that's honest, but I will never review a product or say it's good or bad, but I'm never going to give credentials that aren't there, or that I haven't tried myself and already think that's true, or someone that I really trust with their opinion on stuff, like somebody like Ivan McColgy or Gary Lang, or whoever, fill in the blank, Bill Shields, somebody who's been breeding fish for 50 years or something. Okay, so we're over at Aquatic Arts again. You can just use the code fish Tory, and then 1 5 Fishery 15. Fishery 15. I don't know if they have the water carrying nets again right now. Let me see if they do, because I love those, and they were going to give them out with the combo packs of leaves and stuff. Like if you bought the shrimp starter pack, they were giving them out with those for a little while, and I don't know what happened. But the other thing I want to show you guys, look at this. So they are selling now 7 freaking pages worth of dry goods. including breather bags. This is where I get my breather bags. Um, lead weights that you can cut in half for a lot of plants, and they'll still work. Also, vampire crab botanical pack, kind of an interesting assortment of nuts, bamboo leaves, um, palm fronds, catappa leaves, and moringa leaves, dried moringa. She did the cha-cha and the moringa. And then they've even got heat packs now, 20-hour heat packs, and they've got their foods, they've got their dried goods. This is their aquarium biofilter. It's just pumice. So if you want to use pumice as like in your build, that's something that I requested that they could carry. Same with like biochar and stuff. So I think they're going to be carrying some of that soon as well too. But also, if you need a JBJ stand or a miniature 10-gallon, reef tank for really adorable saltwater setup, you can get that all set up here. All the stuff's hidden in the back right here, other than a few buttons. You guys can come and shop for that and check it out if you want. I mean, there's just page after page of stuff here, stands and different options, different finishes from stainless steel to the black look. But let's see if those nets are in here. So also AquaZen is now aquatic arts. So these ceramic pleco caves, the root tabs, this AquaZen nutrient base. Let's see here. So this is basically like, when Father Fish says, oh, he's got all his botanicals and stuff in one place that you can buy from him. This is similar in that it's just fortified with nutrients and stuff. So if you need to have a tank that you want to last a long time, there you go, water clarifier. I've been feeding the algae wafers for quite some time, the spirulina algae wafers. Alder cones, those are the best bang for your buck for growing black water, in my opinion. They just have a big impact. They have the snail catcher back in, which I've been using my little snail catcher. They have the little caves back in. Do they have? Oh, they sold out of the pellets that stick to the window, though. I knew they'd sell out when I showed you guys those. They do have this size, though. Yeah, they have these ones, though, that you can stick to the glass and feed your fish. These pollen things are awesome. Another press-on food one. This one's for more meat and protein based. And that's or rather the original is here, but this one down here is also for herbivorous. Even little fry caves, which is cool, these really short caves. So they're really starting to carry a lot of little knickknacks and really specializing in invertebrate stuff. Live Daphnia, live seed shrimp, live scuds. That's all stuff they're carrying. The aquatic arts also carries all the shrimp envy stuff, which I am a huge fan of. We got the live scud culture, the live Daphnia culture combo, so you can get both the Daphnia and the scuds for $30. But are they out of those little nets? I sadly think so. But I'll ask them again because they were having them personally made at one point in Malaysia, I believe it was, or Taiwan, maybe. I think it was Malaysia. But they were having them made because somebody included them with an order, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I just gave those away because I didn't know what to do with them, and I had a bunch of extras or whatever." And, you know, all of a sudden then, uh, they loved them. I love them. And it's just a bummer that yeah, now you can't seemingly find them. But again, they've got all those tanks and stuff. Let's look at fish before I end here. Everybody knows that. Hey, Cheryl, good to see you. Also, Queen Kai, good to see you. Or Kai. Blue Mint, hello. Diane Wyland, also hello. Um, oh, yeah, thanks for the code. Thanks for using the code. Thanks for using the code. The code of silence. All right, let's see here. All right. So, what do they have that wasn't in the hobby as of a few years ago? Well, for one, these golden dwarf barbs, they've been around a couple of years, but they're really relatively new. These ones, these Tambra parnii, are a new barb, and they're really pretty. They're green and gold, and the males have, I believe it's blue. There's the female, yeah. The females have gold and bronze on them, if you see that subtly, and then the males have blue. See that blue there, that iridescent blue over everything, which is really cool to see, like gold on one and blue on another, and it being split by gender mostly, like how that shows up. So that's a fish that was not in the hobby. Also, the rice fish; those were not in the hobby really. I mean, the last few years they've only entered the hobby. Um, so that's fun. That's fun, isn't it, guys? Also, the blue pan checks. Remember, or Dan's also had some of these, but looking pretty fishies. And then new platinum koi, new variety. But then look at this, Mamberamo River, Glossolepis multisquamata. I didn't know this fish. 3 come in a pack. That is a very interesting looking fish. Never kept those ones, but I do like rainbow fish, and I like Papua New Guinea and rainbow fish. There are so many species that we just don't know of. It is absolutely bonkers. Also, the Aves Creek, Melanitania bosemani, they're like the more pastel, really beautiful ones. And then the Black Widow Tetra, this is the 2-bar black skirt. That's one that it's been in the hobby, but it just wasn't around for a while, and it kind of came back. Assorted peacock cichlids, not in the hobby forever or anything. Their new color morphs though are something that is, I guess it's been in the hobby, but now it's getting really desirable. You know what I mean? Like people are really trying out. Like look at that. Look at the yellow on that. That is insane. The yellow with the blue. Some of these fish are just bananas, bonkers, insanity. Look at how yellow that is, and then they go to like a white and yellow and a blue and yellow, and then everything from albino to non-albino to the platinum, or like the tiger blood with uh, the blue iridescence, and then the natural look. Just super cool in my opinion. Also, these red-tailed rock gobies. I didn't see these before this year, so those are relatively new in the hobby, at least in America. And no. Sorry, guys, I'm clicking on things. Hey, HHD, how are you doing, dude? All right, guys. Easy for you. Oh, I'm doing good. Fish person, you're going to buy fish if you find something you want, especially if you don't plan on it. I do a lot. Yeah, I'm a fish person, obviously. I mean, go figure. I have a channel and everything. But yeah, I'm very, very prone to doing that, and I apologize to my wife now. These are incredible. These have been out for about 5 years in the hobby that I've seen them. But the red belted goby or the flaming arrow cousin, sometimes it's called the flaming arrow or the what was it? Somebody called it something funny that cracked me up, like the extinguished arrow, because the flaming arrow is even brighter. It's even like bright orange at the very tip, but this is like an in between brightness level. Um, let's see here. I'm the fire starter. Twisted fire starter. Okay, so these Trigonostigma heteroforma, these did not exist in the hobby before 2020. 2020 is when these were discovered. They have this beautiful like lilac or purple hump on them, and then the rest of the fish tapers to kind of like a brassy kind of cool coppery brassy color. Just they're really pretty. They school really well. Okay, so then they also have a deal going on all their platies, all their Zophophorus, and you can get the bleeding heart ones with the Mickey Mouse wag tail, which not new but cool. And then let's see. Anything else new to the hobby here? That was the theme of tonight's search through some of this stuff. And I believe Chang of Moonlight Aquatics is having another sale coming up next. Is it next Tuesday? It's either next Tuesday or this Tuesday. I can't recall for sure. But I will have to I'll consult him and then I will share it with you guys for sure if I am allowed to. Um, Also, the 3-spot forest half beak, super cool. Um, the fact that it's locally bred means they bought it from a hobbyist breeder. That is so freaking cool to see. Also, rainbow shiner, native North American fish in the hobby. So cool to see. I just hope this keeps expanding and expanding the number of native fish being worked with. I think it's a niche that the hobby could really explore pretty deeply. Um, but yeah, so that's where we're getting to today with what's up, just from two of our friendly uh, peeps that I support, that we support as a community. And guys, if we have any last questions, otherwise, I gotta go eat some dinner. Eat some dinner with my wife and my kitty. The Snow White bristlenose plecos are locally bred by me. Right on, Sniff D10. Right on. That is awesome. Uh, Super cool. Yeah, love breeding rainbow shiners. Jan, right on. Y'all get it, queens. That's super cool. Oh, we got more of the Lagos killifish. Oh, from the wet spot. Yeah, man, they got some really cool special stuff. I've been working for years trying to get in on the wet spot and, shout them out, work with them, whatever. And yeah, I guess they don't like me. I guess I'm not cool enough. I'm not what the cool kids call hey Macarena. Whatever. But I hope that some of this has distracted you just a little bit from the insanity that will ensue tonight or tomorrow or the next 4 years, depending on what occurs. You know, who knows? The night is young, and so are we. I don't care if you're 80 watching this. You are young, and so is the night, guys. Um, Queen, thank you. It's nice having you here. Have a great dinner yourself if you haven't had one yet. Need to collect more eggs from my rainbow shiners. Yeah, the other thing, I need to set up a new breeding tank also. Like with my 20 long that I've got bettas in right now, I need to drain that, clean it, and then set it up so that I can put like pseudomagills and not big fish, but anything bigger than nano. So like 22. I'm trying to think. I could probably in a 20 long, I could probably put like Kalitawas in there, and I could probably do the Saluensis in there and grab their eggs and then grow out their eggs in like a 2.5 or something. Um, but with those fish, I probably am gonna want at least to hang off the back filter. And I'll probably do, honestly, a fair number of water changes. Now, I wouldn't be doing water changes if the idea was just to colony breed, because then they wouldn't need it as much. They'd just be used to whatever they're in, and it wouldn't fluctuate that much. But if it's already fluctuating because it's like a bare bottom tank, or there's a sheet that protected the eggs, a grid, and food's falling down into that trap, that's when it's like, yeah, you need to reset the water so that your eggs don't rot and whole lot. Uh, all primer. Well, thank you. Appreciate that, my friend. And do I prefer red or blue fish? How about I like red fish, blue fish? No, his store is closed very sadly. Um, Unfortunately. Yes, and it is 50% off. Thank you, Nancy B. Is 50% off tank sale. I noticed as well. Out here is uh was it PetSmart doing it? And then I don't know if Petco's also, but they might be. I guess can we check that? Is Petco for sure is, or I mean PetSmart for sure is, but is PetSmart also doing a 20? Well, I don't. What do they even call it now? Just a half price off sale, or I mean, it used to be. They used to call it just a 2 for 1 or $1 per gallon. Um, but I guess, yeah, 50% off is basically the same thing. But usually I think 2.5 gallons, and I can't remember. It's like 55s and something else doesn't count. But the last few times they've been counting the 75s for people I've known, and the 90s. So it must be up to the store manager to some degree. But pretty cool if they're going to honor that. Where are you at the 65 gallon and the shrimp tank? So the shrimp tank, I am going to get back up and running hopefully soon. I think I'm gonna aquascape a little tiny like 2 gallon tank at some point and just hide it on a shelf and get shared light or window light. And that will be the next 2.5 gallon like nano for profit tank kind of thing, like I did the one that crashed, but now live and learn, and I will implement some new practices. Um, but I think in the 65, I'm still torn, but I think I want to do biotope. I think the waterfall thing is as cool as that would look. I think the noise would end up driving me mad. I think I would lose it. It'd be like all fish and no play makes Alex a dull boy. All work and no fish makes Alex a go crazy, something. Uh, so yeah. Let's see here. Do, do, Yeah, 20s. Oh yeah, the 60 gallon. I forgot that they're making that size again too. Now they make a 50, a 55, a 50 low boy, um, a 60 gallon, and 75. I mean, there's a lot of tanks right in that range, I guess. If you go looking for them. If you go looking for them. All right, now this light, I'm standing too close to this light. It's blinding me. Much better. So guys, I am going to go enjoy my dinner with my wifey and my caddy, with uh my Whitey, no, it doesn't work. I was gonna say wifey and caddy and switch it around. Strike that from the record, Your Honor. Fishery 2024. Yes. So, it'll be coming up soon. Hopefully, my predictions for the next year and what trends we'll see, and then the conflict and I guess economic and sociological reasons for and or trends going on in the aquarium hobby around the world. Those videos, I always work on them for a couple months, keep track of things, but I've already started filing that away in my brain. So know that. Yeah, if you guys haven't hit the like button yet, I will very much approve and enjoy and come to your house and give you 3 hugs if you click that like button. Thank you guys. I do appreciate it. Uh, now I have to unlist the stream. Yeah. Okay. So what was there was one other thing that I wanted to tell you guys, and now I've already I think I've already flashed forgiven for forgotten for today, Junior. Uh, well, anyways. Oh, I know what it is. Would you guys rather see a video on the 10 best plants for breeding fish, like the fish that work best, or the plants that work best for fish when you're breeding them, whether it's guppies and they just need a place to hide their fry, or whether it's Medaka rice fish and they need a place to stick their eggs and the eggs need to hatch and be raised there, or whether it's Corridoras where they need to lay eggs and then work their way to the top and then back down to the bottom, and then they're not seen for a couple months. There's a lot of different things, but would you like to see a video on those things? That's question number one. And number one, question number two would be, do you want a video instead of the one about plants that is plants good for breeding? Would you want one on how did I label it? I labeled it. Uh, oh yeah, best mid-sized schooling fish, or best uh, schooling fish for any size aquarium kind of thing. Like most of them are they're all under 3 inches, I guess, but most are under like 1.5. So, which video would you rather see? One for the plants for which plants to use for breeding, and two for the best schooling fish, uh, one or two. And then everybody's saying yes, yes. Which one is it though? Which one do y'all yes agree with? Uh, Both. Okay. Well, I appreciate it. I'll get to both eventually. Uh, Also, I'm trying to have more guest experts on the show. Like, I just was speaking with a Medaka rice fish uh, spawner that gets really rare stuff from Japan, and I want to chat with him, and so uh my white clouds and Adolphoi Corey love hair algae spawning too. Yeah, no, that's super true. Algae is really underrated. Algae is, especially like, as much as I don't like Claudophora, it works really well for a lot of baby fish because the other fish can't find them in there. It's just so tangled and mixed up that the little fish can just kind of cruise through it. And the bigger fish will get stuck to the point where I've seen them get stuck in algae clumps and just never come out. You just see that they suffocated, they panicked or something, and tried to get out by wiggling farther in. Sad. All right, guys. Well, that is that. That is the night. That is what I had for you. If you haven't clicked the like button yet, I guess you never will. If you haven't joined the channel as a member, you probably never will. And if you don't want to join us in the Discord, or maybe switch your membership over to Discord, I don't know what I can do for you, fellas, friends, gals, girls, dudes, cats, and kittens. But you can always come here and hang out with us for free and be a part of the shit show known as the Kitty Show. Meow, 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 meow. So we will see y'all later. Wave, kitty, wave. And I hope everyone has a good night and a good week and they stay safe. And hopefully I will see you on Friday. And hopefully I won't have such bad allergies that make me look like I'm a squinty Neanderthal. Oh, Nancy B in Tennessee. She's been a member for 27 months and she did join. She put her money where other people's mouths were. She put her money down. She walked into the saloon and she said, I'm Nancy B and I'm here to say I am a supporter of fishery in every way. I very much appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody. How many pounds of crushed coral do I recommend in a 10? Wait, for 10 at 20 long. Wait, what? I got to read that one more time. Jody P, welcome. Thank you so much. We got a new. You're new. It's you. Thank you for joining. Now I don't have any words that rhyme, but thanks for joining. What was I gonna say? Alex, how many cups of crushed coral do you recommend for 10 at 20 long? For 10, I don't know what the or is it recommend for 10 or a 20 long? Well, usually I say for every 10 gallons, I usually put or every 5 gallons, I'll put a full cup. So I'll put 2 full cups in like a 20-gallon usually. I mean, anywhere from half a cup to a cup, depending on how much you need to harden up your water. If your water has 0 to it, you can put a good amount in it. But I would say that, probably if you have under 2 or 3 kh or GH, or your TDS is under, say, 200, you're probably safe to add up to 2 cups for every 10 gallons, or every 4 cups for 20 gallons, kind of thing. You can sprinkle on top of the sand and substrate layer or mix it in with the substrate layer. You can do half and half. That's kind of what I ideally like to do when I set up a tank. Is I'll put some crushed coral in between the lava rock and the soil layer, and then I like to sprinkle the other half kind of up above, just mixed in with the dirt and stuff, so that other microorganisms munch on it, and there's a bio what do you call it? A bio niche available for bacteria and all that stuff. Holy smokes, Jody P, thank you so very much. 10 membership gift. Wow, thank you. Wow, wow, wow. That is so appreciated. We haven't seen one of those in a long while. Uh, thank you. Wow, I just thanks. I appreciate it, Jody P. And yeah, you're welcome to come hang out with us over on the Fish Street Discord or on the Facebook uh, page or here in the comments. I try to spend a little of my time on each of the places just so that everybody, if different people like different spots or something's closer to home, easier to get to, so to speak, do whatever works for you, and I'll try to make my rounds regardless. But thank you very much. You're on fire tonight, Alex. Well, I am my face is very red. My eyes are very swollen. Uh, all right, guys, be nice to the world tonight. Be nice to everybody around y'all, because it's a dog eat dog world. It's a dog eat dog world, as silly people would say. But thank you guys. Yeah, there's a Discord link in the description of the video right now. You can go to the description of the video. That is a current invite to Discord that I made yesterday. And yeah, so we're going to end it on that note with the kitty cat. And we're going to do the kitty cat rap. All right. My name is Kitty, and I'm here to say I'm gonna shed like every day. I got white hair, it's not gray, it's black, white, and it's here to stay. And it looks like it's a neon light, and it smells like it's an allergy night. And I love my little kitty bites, 'cause when she nibbles, it means she loves, and when she scratches, it means she hugs. Love my kitty, 1, 2, 3. I love my kitty more than anybody. So let's hang out in the fish room with the kitty that dances the best. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's hang out in the fish room, and the kitty needs her treats. All right, guys. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Talk to you Friday, or some other time. But hopefully we'll get a video up tomorrow or the next day. And also, the kitty will be good, and not eat anything weird. Take care, guys. Hey, Mick, what's up? Bye. And Ginger Frost. Much love, you guys. Bye. Mm, 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 mm.